moving on from Indian dishes for now, and they're not the last Indian dishes that I'll be looking into. But now I'm looking at Mexican birria tacos, which are gaining more popularity in the UK. And from various sources and Mexican restaurants, they're saying the history of it was when goats were first brought from Spain to Mexico. Um, and the Spanish people allowed the natives to consume goat meat, believing that it was a tough meat. So the Spanish initial thought process was, we'll give goat to the Mexicans because it's a tough meat and we don't want it. But then you look at it now, it worked out for the Mexicans in the end, and they were given the goat meat, and then they used ancient cooking methods to marinate and tenderize it to make sure it's soft, because it's tough meat, tough animal, and some of the methods are still used today in Mexico or replicated to a small extent in the UK. And by marinating it and then cooking it slowly in the stew for hours, it allows for tough animal like goat to be tender and soft, almost like a stew. So you could say birria is like a stew. Obviously, there's more to it. I'm sure they use different methods and instruments in Mexico. And although many places don't use goat anymore, they use beef, chicken, lamb. They still use the same cooking method, and you could say it's more of a flavorings and seasonings compared to how it was first all those years ago, because they're not using tough meats anymore, but it's still being stewed. And something that still surprises me is that the Spaniards gave goat to the Mexicans because they thought, we don't want it and it's a tough animal to eat, so we'll give it to the Mexicans. But they thought we'd give them the leftovers, if you like, but it turned out they turned that into what it is today, and it's loved by people all over the world. It's gaining popularity in the UK now, which is why I made a video about it, and I'm seeing it more and more in the UK. And it's a good lesson to make the best of what you have. And also that's the lesson for the Mexicans, for the Spanish people who think like that. You can treat people badly and it doesn't always turn out bad. So treat them good regardless. You treat them badly and it doesn't turn out bad, you look like a fool. And the Spaniards who gave goat to the Mexicans to give them the bad cuts and give them the tough animal, look where it's got the Mexicans to. And look what making the best of what you have does. The Mexicans make the best of having goat, and they turned into something that's still popular till this day.